Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper. Rothwald here has an idea on how we may be able to beat this beast. You can see he also has that Fall of Moria quest that we didn't take before. So he's the second one that can offer it to you. The third one's at the 21st Hall, but we're not going to take that at the moment.
Perhaps there is still hope.
We dare not approach our old camp until we find some way to defeat the creature in the Black Pool. I cannot let you pass. A number of dwarves of our expedition are resting in Ekadunan, just to the west. Speak to Hundi there. He was instrumental in uncovering the cache of weapons of which I spoke. So we need to talk to him about the cache of weapons. And he is way over here, I think. Yeah, there he is. Hello there. Something about a cache of weapons?
Well met.
Rothwald is right, my friend. Without a truly magnificent weapon forged in the ways of old, we cannot hope to so much as score the flesh of that ancient creature. But relics of the past sometimes turn up when least expected. My friends and I found a cache of ancient weapons not long after the Iron Garrison came to this place. Select one of these weapons, and it may be that your choice will help us clear the way into Moria of that terrible creature. Take to these settings, for I know of one that can help you to understand their uses, and those of other relics as well. Alright, so I'll be getting a few settings for legendary weapons and a choice of a firestone, a lightning stone, and a frost stone. Now I do tons and tons of lightning damage, so I'll take the stone that does frost damage. Not that I use it all that often, seeing that usually I just use my tactical skills and don't go around beating things with my rocks.
Will you help me?
Weapons of this make may have a long and storied history, Pinestone. Its tale grows ever with the felling of evil foes. The more servants of evil that weapon cuts down, the more deadly it becomes. Only a skillful few can read the tale of a weapon from its craftsmanship. I refer you to one who can further aid you, the elf Dithalion, by the forges in Rivendell. He is wise and learned in the many things, including the study of ancient weapons. If Dithalion cannot help you, he will surely know another who can describe the lineage and powers in a weapon of this ancestry. Oh, artistry. Well, I think ancestry works just as well in this case. Very well, we will take this quest, and we need to go to Rivendell, which fortunately I did eventually. Oh no, not Thorn's Gate. Now actually, hobbits and dwarves do get sent to Thorn's Gate, so that would have been handy if I was one of those two races, but elves and men get sent to Rivendell. So I will go there and see if this elf can help me determine the artistry and ancestry of this weapon. And that will, well, I guess a little nice break from the Gates of Moria, but don't tell me how one will go from the Gates of Moria all the way back up to Rivendell, then go all the way back down to the Gates of Moria. So I suppose compared to some of the runarounds you get in Volume 1, that's really not all that much. Alright. Go this way. we could find this guy at the crafting area for Rivendell, which is right here. I'm no surprise I know that, considering how little this character crafts. Hello there. I was wondering if you could tell me anything about this weapon.
The sorrows of the Eldar are never ending.
You have come a long way to be here, Pinestone. What business could bring a valiant Rune-keeper such as yourself here to the forges of Rivendell? Thessalian looks at the weapon and grows still, his eyes wide in wonderment. This is a relic of the Elder Days, my friend. What are the Elder Days? It's a Third Age weapon! Can't be more than 3,000 years old. The Elder Days, I would think, would be a First or Second Age weapon. Okay. Rant over. I fear I cannot identify the lineage and strengths of this weapon for you, but my friend Snar, the Forge Master, may be able to do just that. Show him the weapon, and he will give you an assessment of its strengths and potentials. Very well, and a little red text here saying, legendary items must be identified by a Forge Master before they can be used. This process reveals certain strengths of the weapon may have. Alright, so we talk to the Forge Master, and yeah. The Forge Master of Rivendell is a dwarf. No. Don't ask me why.
Well met, friend.
And no, the Forge Master at Thorn's Hall is not an elf. Alright, so therefore I open up the identify panel. I only have one legendary item here. And even if I did have others available, it's amazing I went through all... Okay, I didn't... If you kill a lot of stuff at Ekad Dunan and do all those later things in Ekad Mirabel, you actually start to get legendary items dropped. So it is possible to do this quest and have several legendary items already here, but you can only identify this one probably during this quest. So therefore you just pay him and he can identify the item for you. And it gives me a message saying that I've completed that part of the quest. And next it says to equip my new weapon, which I guess makes sense. So this replaces my old weapon. You see it has more DPS, so it does a little bit more damage. In some of the other ways you can see it's not quite as strong, but it has other strengths that you don't get in regular weapons, so it makes up for the troubles there. Now as for these things that it has on it, we could see it gives me a bonus to tactical damage rating, some extra, improves my healing, and does extra Fury of the Storm damage. Now, this one's going to be important for me later on, since if I'm soloing and using Lightning, Fury of Storm is the trait line I'm using, so extra Fury of Storm damage would be a really nice legacy. So the idea is you get these are the ranks, these are starting at tier 5. This is your first legendary weapon. It gives you... They give you tier 5 for the major legacies that you get in here. Later on, they tend to be randomly done. Anywhere from... I guess randomly from 1 to 5 or something. I don't think I've ever seen a 6 come up at the beginning in there. But you do get usually 2s are the ones I see most common in there. And this one doesn't have a tier to it. The idea is the higher the tier, the less it costs in order to rank it up. And here we have tactical damage rating, so it improves my damage. So therefore I'll probably be concentrating on these two, maybe throwing a little bit into the healing. But that's for later, after I actually start leveling up this weapon. Because this guy wants to talk to me again.
My heart cannot sing today.
Oh well, then sing about this weapon. I see that you have been given some relics. You should apply one of them to the weapon to further and customize its abilities. Once you have done this, speak to me again. And that is that there are 3 different types of relics that you can get. And those are settings, gems, and runes. Weapon can have only one of each type. Actually, there are 4 different types. There are also crafted relics. And crafted ones are, well, you have to be able to craft, and you have to be a member of a guild because they're done by guild recipes. Since I have not done any real crafting with this character, and I haven't bothered doing it with a guild, I'm not going to worry about crafted relics. Now, there are some crafted relics, I believe, that can go into the auction house. The best ones can only be acquired by making them because they're buy on acquire. So you have to be a guild member. So that's sort of a reward for going through all the trouble of being a member of a guild, is using the best crafted relics. But right now, all we have are settings, since that's what we got from the beginning there. So therefore, I have a choice of might, morale, power, and will. So let's take some morale. I get some tight spots, especially in Moria. I'm going to get some, which gives me plus 130 morale, some physical mastery, some tactical mastery. So let's take care of a little vitality, or actually just morale there, and that'll be fine. And there we go. But if you are a champ, you might want might to do more damage. If I was completely comfortable with my survivability, then maybe I would go into will to be better that way. Or if I was in a group and rarely got damaged. And power, well, I don't think I've been running out of power much, but if you're doing many long fights in groups, then you might have power issues, so you might go into that. Very well, but he wants to talk to me.
A shadow is on my spirits.
A good choice, Pinestone. Slotting a relic into your weapon based on the situation may help turn defeat into victory. It has happened before. This weapon is still not strong enough to defeat the Watcher of the Water, friend Rune-keeper, but it may become so. I will tell you how this may come to pass. Alright. So now I've finished this, and this will actually give me a set of runes, so I can have another relic to put into there, and a choice of one of 2 titles. The Scion of the Drowned Kingdom and Guardian of the Deep Halls. Scion of the Drowned Kingdom will give me... we'll change it to Western Ease damage, and Guardians of the Deep Hall will give us Ancient Dwarf damage. So, will I expect to be fighting trolls? Will I be fighting undead? Now, I was thinking of running Amansul in order to help level this weapon. So therefore, I'll take Scion of the Drowned Kingdom, since I'll be fighting undead.
Will you lend me your ear?
Weapons of such worth improve as they are used, Pinestone. Only when they are wielded in battle can they achieve their true measure of their greatment. Use it against worthy foes, and it will improve as your own skills advanced. When you achieve a high measure of worth, bring it to me or the learned Wafi in Thorn's Hall in Arid Luin, and one of us will advise you what may be done next. So you can see here, once you get past this stage, for the next stage you can go to either Thorn's Hall or to here in Rivendell, while at the beginning you get sent to one specific or the other. I don't know what would happen if I went to Thorn's. I think if I went to Thorn's Hall, it won't talk to me. I don't know. They give you a specific person in the first half, but not in the second. But it's possible that changed the last time I checked. And legendary items gain experience as you fight experience-gaining enemies with them. When such a weapon receives enough experience, it gains a level. So it gains an amount of experience equal to the base experience you would be earning when you kill the creature. So, for example, whatever you would have earned before any bonuses would have been earned. So, therefore, if you get an experience bonus for killing monsters for some reason, then you will get whatever that amount is without the bonus. Now, sometimes allies can get experience bonuses. For example, I've got a plus 25% legendary item XP tome here for 60 minutes, which will give me extra. And they've changed some experiences bonuses so that it will also give you bonuses for legendary items. It's been known to happen. I think maybe even VIP. As long as you got a VIP bonus, I think you might get extra stuff for your legendary items also. But that didn't used to be the case. Anyway, my next goal is to achieve the 10th level of advancement with the new weapon. Alright. Now the other things I have here is this little item here. It's a decorated heritage rune, which gives me 50,000 item experience points. The bad news is it requires Seeker of Deep Places, and you can guess that Seeker of Deep Places is what you get at the end of this book. So in other words, you've got to get this first one without using this item here, but I will apply this. You have to select it because you may have more than one here, and I will apply this. Now there's an unusual item with this particular legendary item. When I open this thing up, you can see I can have up to 6 of these here. Is that this one can only be advanced while it's equipped. Most legendary items can advance as long as it's put in one of your 6 legendary item slots here. You only have to have it on your person, identified, and in one of these slots in order for it to gain experience. For this one, your very first one you get for this particular item, you must be equipping it when you kill the monster. So therefore, before you go around trying to complete this quest, make sure you equip it. Now, of course, you had to equip it to get here, but make sure you don't unequip it and try to sneak around using a different weapon. Alright. Now, we have to go out and get some experience. And I think the best way to do that is to run a skirmish. Now I was looking through my skirmish log and I noticed that I had not yet done Amansul, because I look at these here and I don't do as many skirmishes on this character as on my others, so I'm pretty sure the reason I don't see Amansul here is because I haven't done it on this character yet. I also don't have Attack at Dawn, Icy Crevasse, so there are a couple I haven't done yet. Now which one you do is probably depends on whether or not you think you can do it. I know, for example, that the pony, when I did that before, it would not give me enough in order to complete the whole thing. Which is one reason why I might be questioning about using Amansul, but I'm going to be using this 25% experience legendary item XP tome. I'll have some VIP bar left here. So between those two, I think I might be able to get enough legendary XP in order to level up. And if I'm wrong, well, I'll see how far I'm away. But it's good to do an experiment when you're doing a playthrough like this. So next time, we will head into Amansul and run stand at Amansul and show you a new skirmish with this character, as well as try to level up this particular new stone I've got. But that'll be in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays, the Rune-keeper.